There are, I should like to mention, two kinds of dependence. One you could call benign, and the other one you might call malignant. The benign dependence is very frequent, and you all know it either from yourself or from acquaintances or friends. It occurs in men as well as in women, and that is that a slight leaning on, let us say, a woman, the person to whom the man is married, that she praises him, that she takes care of him, that she has a certain motherly function. But as long as that is within limits, it is not a true obstacle to love, nor a true obstacle to independence, unless you formulate independence in a more rigorous way. But malignant dependency is something else again. This is a word which this is a phenomenon which, if you describe it in psychiatric terms, I would call, and some others have called it, a symbiotic dependency. That is to say, you find the phenomenon very often, and not so rarely, that a person has never established a sense of his own personality, of his own individuality, as in relationship to, let us say, a father or mother. That he has not really left mother's womb. That for him, he and mother, and sometimes he and father, are one and inseparable. And that if he is left alone, that then indeed he is confronted with something which many times leads to a psychotic breakdown. I'm talking here, of course, about people who are severely sick. This is not something which you find as a rule. But it is a phenomenon which at the same time is not that rare, and which many times is not overt and not conscious. But I would say in many forms of psychosis and in many severe forms of neurosis, you find this malignant dependency in which one person has never fully established his or her own identity. And therefore, and this is the point in this context, is never able to love anyone else. Because a person very dependent is a prisoner. And as long as he is a prisoner, love for anyone else is treason. Therefore, this person may have what is called love affairs, may have this or that particular relationship to the other sex, but basically, he is not free to feel what he feels, because he is not free, because he belongs and is under dictation of that person on whom he depends. I'm aware of the fact that talking this way, I'm talking about cases and about situations which may sound to you rather abstruse or absurd, or rather far from reality. Well, I can understand this, but those who feel that are wrong, because all this is usually not shown manifestly. It is usually not conscious. It's usually covered by the social patterns of feeling and thought. But we are dealing here with the real facts which go on when people are dependent on others.